Revenge films.
My name is Mia, and I'm a 27-year-old office worker. I recently got engaged to my boyfriend, dating 2 years, and I'm on cloud 9 right now. While I'm living my happiest life at the moment, the truth is, 3 years ago I was deeply betrayed by my ex-fiancé, and there was a time when I couldn't pull myself together. I'd been dating my ex-fiancé Kyle since high school. After 8 years together, during our second year as working adults, Kyle proposed to me and we decided to get married. Both my parents and Kyle's parents were thrilled about our engagement, and with everyone's blessings, we started planning our wedding. I never doubted our marriage, but 1 month later, everything took a terrible turn. 1 month after our engagement, just as we were about to start meetings with the wedding venue, Kyle started acting strange. He suddenly said he wanted to postpone the wedding and began avoiding me. When I asked him why, he wouldn't answer. He just kept insisting, "The wedding is postponed." Sensing something was wrong, I consulted Kyle's mother about it. We decided to confront him together. "You've been acting weird lately. What's going on?" When we both pressed him, Kyle said,
"You're so annoying. I've decided I'm not marrying you anymore. The wedding's off. The engagement is canceled."
For some reason, he got defensive and angry. Completely confused, I kept demanding an explanation, and he finally confessed that he'd fallen for someone else. "Were you cheating on me?" When I asked, he said,
"A woman way prettier than you seduced me, so I couldn't help it."
Kyle made this unbelievable statement, unable to forgive his sudden betrayal. "You are disgusting. I'm going to sue you for damages," I shouted in fury. Then Kyle's mother, who I thought was on my side, "Oh, there's no need to get so upset about this. Everyone has a change of heart sometimes. Just accept it gracefully and move on." She actually defended Kyle for cheating. Kyle had always been a mama's boy and was raised being spoiled by his mother. His mother was overly indulgent and couldn't let go of her child, so she didn't scold him for cheating at all and simply said, "Well, the wedding is canceled then." I went home crying from the shock and told my parents, and they were so furious that they went to Kyle's house and yelled, "What the hell is going on?" But Kyle's decision didn't change, and he reluctantly apologized to me, and in the end, the wedding was called off. I demanded compensation from Kyle, but no amount of money could heal my wounds, and I stayed depressed for a while. I was so down that I took time off work and shut myself inside, and my sadness gradually turned to anger. After dating for 8 years, to cheat and break up after getting engaged, it was just too cruel. I swore I'd get revenge someday. Having made up my mind, I decided I couldn't afford to stay depressed and returned to work. With the support of my friends, I was finally able to recover. A year after the breakup, I started dating a man I met through a friend's introduction, and that brings us up to today. Now that I'm engaged again, I've reached the point where I don't care about Kyle anymore. Just then, something unexpected happened. Out of the blue, Kyle's mother contacted me, asking me to come to her house right away. When I went as she asked, Kyle's mother suddenly said, "This is terrible. Kyle was used for his money by his girlfriend and then dumped, and now he's broke and holed up in his room. He even quit his job and he's crying in his room every day." She came to me for help. Then she continued, "Since you dated him for 8 years, you should be able to help Kyle, right? Please, I'm begging you." At that moment, I saw this as my chance for revenge, so I agreed to help. Starting the next day, I went to Kyle's house every day after work to cheer him up. He opened up to me and started telling me all about what happened with his ex-girlfriend. A month into my visits, he'd recovered enough to smile and talk like he used to. Then one day, Kyle said,
"Thank you so much."
He looked at me with serious eyes. Then he said,
"You might be the only one for me."
I could sense my revenge was almost complete, and I was laughing inside. One day, Kyle contacted me and invited me out to dinner at a restaurant. During the meal, Kyle seemed restless and fidgety the whole time. Then, after we'd finished eating and started drinking wine, Kyle suddenly handed me a ring and said,
"Even though I betrayed you once, thank you for still caring about me. That's why I want to start over with you. Mia, will you marry me?"
In my head, I thought, yes, this is it. But I showed Kyle the ring on my left finger and said, "I'm sorry, I'm already engaged." Then Kyle said,
Engaged? No way!
He looked absolutely devastated. I told Kyle everything that had happened since he broke off our engagement. Then I said, I was depressed and shut myself in because of you too. And yet, when the same thing happened to you, you turned to me for help. Both you and your mother are way too selfish. Did you really think I'd get engaged to someone who cheated and broke off an engagement? As I mocked him, he broke down crying right there.
You're the only one for me? Please, I'm begging you to marry me!
Kyle clung to my arm, crying. Realizing we were attracting stares from other customers, I felt embarrassed and said, I told you it's impossible. I'm getting married. I'm not coming back anymore. Goodbye. And I left the restaurant. After that, Kyle sent me countless messages through text, but I blocked him and ignored them. Kyle's mother called me in anger, but I answered the phone and said, You should think carefully about what your son did and try educating him properly. I told her that and then blocked her number. I never had anything to do with Kyle or his mother ever again. After that, Kyle was so shocked by my rejection that he apparently went back to shutting himself in. Whether what I had said got through to her or not, Kyle's mother started using harsh words with Kyle, who was holed up in his room. It's your own fault, so stop moping around and get a job. But having been spoiled until the age of 27, it seemed to be too late. Kyle would lash out in anger every time he was scolded. Eventually, he started getting violent at home. It escalated to the point where his parents couldn't stop him, and unable to handle it, they frequently called the police. As the police kept getting involved, the neighbors started gossiping, and Kyle's family became isolated. Unable to bear the awkwardness, they moved away quietly, almost like they were fleeing in the night. After that, no one knows where they're living. With Kyle jobless and shut in at home, his parents are bound to struggle from now on. Rumor has it that Kyle's family moved to the countryside and is living in hiding in a remote, uninhabited area. Apparently, Kyle is seeing a psychiatrist and taking medication to try to control his violent outbursts. The road to his eventual return to society seems long indeed. As for me, I married my fiancé as planned and started living a happily newlywed life. Sometimes I'd get anxious remembering the broken engagement, but I remember feeling genuinely relieved when I was able to get married safely. 6 months after the wedding, we found out I was pregnant, and my husband and I hugged each other in joy. Because I overcame that painful past, I was able to grasp the happiness I have now, and I'm grateful I was able to pull myself together back then. From now on, my family will grow and become livelier, so I probably won't ever get that depressed again. I truly want to cherish my husband and our child for the rest of my life.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.